Yo, back with another one, Trap University. The problem with hood culture and hood vlogs. I want to see what he got to say about this, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
And they don't really want to hear anything else from you, you can always go.
My bad. Let's go back to the beginning.
First off, let me start by saying, if a hood vlog is what your audience likes, and they don't really want to hear anything else from you, you can always go to Tommy G route, where he went from going to the hood and asking questions to being an actual investigative journalist. In other words, if you want to document crime, do it for real, man. Stop just pulling up on these guys in front of their grandma's house and saying, "This y'all hood? Is it dangerous?" Like, damn, bro. You know that if the video gets a lot of views, you getting paid a lot of money. Most of these YouTubers are not splitting the revenue from these videos with the guys they come to interview. It's no different than the guys going on No Jumper for free. And again, there are guys who used to do this type of content that branched off and actually expanded, like Brandon Buckingham. He went from hood videos to documenting the crisis in Lebanon. And one of the problems I have with the hood vlogs is just being from a city so beautiful that it's been the set of several movies. I know that when some guy from like rural Kansas or Pennsylvania or something sees a YouTuber go to O Block, he thinks that's what the whole city looks like. I have genuinely met a Marine, a guy who stockpiles guns at his house that was afraid to visit Chicago. And I told him, like, hey bro, you know it's not even in the top 10 for the most dangerous cities in the US, right? I grew up in the hood and violence is pretty easy to avoid because majority of the time, the people that you see getting shot knew very well what they were into. And it's also easier to afford the young and poor. And considering the fact that most gang members are teenagers, of course it's easy to get them on camera. They think it's cool. They don't have jobs, they kids. And these hood vlogs are not just in America. It's happening in the UK and even Germany, damn. Anyway, I was born in Inglewood, not Inglewood, so I didn't know that Munchie B was a shooter back in the day. Why did this man let Adam 22 of Nashua, New Hampshire abuse him? I literally saw the man kick Munchie B and brother, how much could
Hey, that
Adam
picture of
have
Adam
possibly
was just
paid
crazy,
you to
bro.
essentially bully you on camera? And he literally even made a diss song about one of the Crips in LA losing his hand. And also, I salute the rappers that went with the F the streets narrative. And you know it's legit when a clown like this doesn't approve of it. Like, brother, you almost 30, brother. Your name Jonathan, brother. You was supposed to be a grad student at UCLA.
Hey, we're here with Jonathan.
And you might have been if you wasn't trash at football in college. But anyway, we even got this guy who is known for covering world politics, calling O Block the most dangerous block in America, which hasn't even been close to being true in over a decade. The deadliest neighborhood in America is somewhere in New Orleans, bro. But he doesn't know that because this one block managed to have a bigger press run than any influencer or rapper in the last 10 years. And of course, drill started on this block with a 16-year-old kid. But here are the facts. As of January 18, 2026, there hasn't been a single murder or even a person shot in or around O Block since July. This shooting resulted in no fatalities. So how can the most dangerous block in America go 6 months without a shooting? I'm just saying, you want to report on crime, dig deeper than interviewing some random guys on the street or just making a random claim that the most famous block you know is the most dangerous. Find me a drug trafficking ring in Chinatown. Look through some federal paperwork. Give me something. Go interview Chris Brown and ask him how he a dance in Peru. Shout out to 8am Killer though. This is a guy from Chicago and he pulled up on 79th Street in Chicago just to troll. Which if you don't know, this is a very treacherous block, no matter what part of 79th you on.
Bro,
Send this to somebody from 79th. Ooh, you from 79th, ain't you? Ooh, I see you, little baby 79th. Ain't you from 79th? Ooh. Tickle, 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 tickle.
But this guy, 8am, is not a gang member. He's just a funny guy that also raps. And he literally pulled up here just to say tickle, tickle. And he ain't gotta check in with nobody. It's not that bad in the city if you don't gang bang. My biggest video was about gang violence in Puerto Rico. And if I ever go out there to San Juan or Carolina, I'm passing out money, bro. I'm asking the local kids who want to go to college. I'm not pulling up to the Jordans projects and asking them how far they hood stretch. If I'm a gang member and I pop up in your vlog showing my gun and talking shit, I'ma feel like a damn dummy when you leave my block and I don't even profit from it. Because you know some of these guys rap and they think being on your channel is gonna help them get notoriety or even blow up, but it's not 2016. They're not even gonna look you up. Just like I'm not pulling up and filming a crackhead, bro. And I understand that not everybody is doing this for views. Some people are just genuinely trying to document a problem with boots on the ground, and I respect that. But every channel ain't like that. We already know. Covering crime isn't the problem, right? Because the crime is going on whether you've ever heard of this area or not. The problem is when you pull up and interview a bunch of teenagers and have no real purpose. It's like Adam 22 going to hoods and inviting gang members on his channel just so he can bait them into talking about people they don't like and just hoping somebody crashes out on his channel. But he doesn't even have to. On the No Jumper Clip channel, his biggest videos are about adult content creators. But the only thing that gets the same number of views is when a gang member crashes out. When in theory, he could just center his entire channel on adult content, but I think he just likes having gang members around. And y'all must like being around him. And I've said this before, but this man gotta be a government asset or something. Did your dad get a pardon from the President of the United States? Because his dad got one. Gossiping and trying to bait people into bringing up conflicts is nothing new. Back in the day, MTV used to tell cast members in reality shows to say things that they knew would cause a problem because it was good for entertainment. And hood vlogs are older than YouTube. But damn, if the guys in the hood just started vlogging themselves, it would make a lot more sense. Then your hood can monetize off of your hood, and maybe y'all could even make it out. But then again, I don't respect going to war with your own community, or any community. I understand that a lot of these guys are misled, and that's why I branch out from just covering teenage.
That's where it starts. Stony Island, fool.
The mafia,
Stop playing,
the
bro.
triads, the guys that can't be exploited because they don't want to be on camera. Because in reality, 99% of these gang members are broke.
Stony Sub.
And when they die, the family gotta make a GoFundMe, bro. I'm just keeping it real. And something very disturbing that I'm seeing in a lot of these hood vlogs is gang.
Yo, hold on 1 second. I want to take a minute to show y'all my merchandise. If you see anything you like, go ahead and get you some. You'll be out there looking fly, looking fresh. I'm going to leave a link in the description.
Members identifying as Muslims.
How
you gonna be a gang member and a religious man? And it's not even new. This is just like the Italian mafia. Many of these guys will identify as Catholic and then order a hit at the same time. They even said King Von converted to Islam before he died. Like, oh my God, man. Listen, freedom of religion and all that, I'm for it. But you can't be a religious gang member, brother. You ain't fighting for no real cause, brother. Just like you can't be a loan sharking extortionist and a man of God, brother. Tony Soprano was a fictional character, but he was for the most part an atheist, which made sense considering he was out here killing people. And here's a message to all the people saying, the people who make videos about the hood are part of the problem. Brother, if that was true, then explain to me why the murder rate was higher before the internet existed. It's almost like violent crime went down because there are more ways to make money now. There's a kid from the north side of Chicago who, at 16, was told by a guy 15 years older than him to shoot a rival gang member. He ended up catching a murder charge, but due to his youth and the fact that the police wanted the grown man who ordered the hit behind bars more than this kid, he got out, became an entrepreneur, and even started a youth mentor group in the city. What's part of the problem is parents that don't keep track of their kids, and also the parents with no common sense raising kids who don't have common sense. Because no matter where you go, it seems like the people with the least amount of education in any community usually have the most kids. A point that the movie Idiocracy hilariously made years ago. We've all seen a gang member in the hood with 10 kids, just like we've all seen an alcoholic couple in a trailer park with 10 kids. So stop all that. The streets are way more glorified in the streets than they could ever be on social media. And look, stop defending hip hop. You can listen to what you want, but if I listen to death metal and I tell myself that it's a positive movement, that's like saying Final Destination was an educational movie. And to the old heads, I know y'all have a different view since you remember music from the 80s and 90s, but this wasn't good for the community. It was just cool. Just like smoking a cigarette used to look cool back in the day. We had paid advertisements of people smoking cigarettes, bro. You can enjoy it, but let's not lie. Music is entertainment. Go read something. Damn. And I don't trust nothing a rapper say, especially a rapper as big as 21 Savage. But he said F the streets, so at the very least, I respect that because it's a good precedent to set. And Blueface.
Talking about don't get recognized in Paris.
Brother. He kissed
y'all.
Thing, brother.
That be funny as hell,
if you keep
bro.
this up, I'm gonna have to start doing you like I did Lil Baby.
He's just standing there like don't nobody know who I am.
Only your culture if you're
hey,
in the streets.
bro.
If you're not in the streets and you don't gang bang, it don't matter who you are. This is not your culture. That's why I don't listen to celebrities when they call people culture vultures. Cause some of y'all don't even know what your culture is. And you listening to people that get paid to have an opinion. I get paid no matter what my opinion is. So therefore, I just say what I actually believe. Why y'all think you don't see no sponsorships on my channel? Because no sponsor has reached out to me with a product that I believe in. I'm not about to push anything onto my audience, bro. Just like I wouldn't give a kid an alcoholic beverage. It's no different. But alright, man, I'm about to go drink a milkshake or something. I appreciate y'all for watching and supporting as always. And I'll see you.
Shout out Chop University, man. Hit the subscribe, like button, bro. That was a decent video for those, you know. I like his perspective from that when it comes to that topic. But yeah, I'm out of here, bro. I'm gone. You already know what's going on with me, folks.